So I got a little bit of a different video here, as you can tell from the title. And by the way, I hope you can hear me just fine because I got a fan running there and my microphone's up on my hat because it is hot and humid down south here, right? So I got to stay cool a little bit. But I really wanted to share this topic with you guys. I don't mean to like bring drama or hate or anything like that. What I mean to bring is honesty and transparency. Not calling out any other YouTubers, not trying to hate on a company or anything like that. But me, as someone that watches a lot of YouTube, I'm always curious on the insides. Even though I got a tech channel, and I've worked with many companies, and the motorcycle channel's a pretty small channel, right? But still, I work with Honda and stuff, you know, and I think as a viewer, you kind of like knowing, like, well, what's really going on here? Something seems a little, you know, you kind of like, what's the raw details behind that? And that's what I want to share with you guys. And I think some of the shady stuff and the stuff that's not really done right should be addressed so it doesn't continue happening. But I think if I just stayed quiet and just kept on going and whatever, let it slide, I think it continues happening. Then you got nonsense, fluff videos out there, and I don't think that's what this space should be. At the end of the day, whether I'm covering a bike from Honda or whatever it may be, some luggage or something, you guys are our employers. I don't think anybody should be getting paid to cover a product, right? Maybe a sponsor plug placed within a video, but not a core review video. There should never be a paid video on that. And we see a lot of that out there, right? Action cameras and stuff. It's just, I don't believe in that stuff. I understand people trying to make a living. Put it as a sponsored plug, not a core paid review. So anyways, jumping into what caught my attention here and why I wanted to talk about this is I was going to work with the company, you know, let's not even hide it, right? The company is Lone Rider. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about it out there. And let me tell you what, no joke, their stuff looks amazing. I've never used it. I still haven't used it. So you kind of see where we're going here. But we were going to cover like their soft bags that kind of have the hard lining on outside. We're going to cover a rear hard case, a tank bag, pretty much an entire luggage setup for the Africa Twin. And their stuff looked awesome. It was a little expensive, but I've covered expensive gear before. SW Motec, covered Geevy. Again, it wasn't so much anything of the price or whatever. What happened is when they wanted me to sign a contract, and again, us as reviewers, you see contract. I had to sign a contract for the Honda one, but they didn't tell me anything to say, when to say it, how often to say anything. They just said, okay, don't tear the bike up, yada, yada, yada. Here's Honda's legal mumbo jumbo, right? If you get hurt, it's your fault. So let me talk about it here. This is me replying to Lone Rider. I said, hey man, 2 quick things regarding the DocuSign. Number 1, 3 videos, initial, mid, and final, which is what they wanted, 3 videos of this product seems a bit overkill, which I think is a bit overkill. Now, I believe 2 videos is pretty good, right? You got initial setup, build out, look over, right? Initial impressions. Cool. First video. Then you do some riding, you bang them up, and you go hit some VDRs or whatever. How are they faring? Long-term review, how does it fare? 2 videos I think is pretty good. If you squeeze in another one or you're mentioning them here and there, okay, cool. But 2 videos guaranteed I think is decently fair, even though still guaranteeing how much you're going to cover a product. I've never seen it before. Right? Again, Honda didn't tell me make 2 videos, make 3 videos, make 4 videos of this. Show the DCT. They didn't do any of that. Right? Just to let you know. They didn't tell me anything. They said, here you go. Create your content. Right? The second thing that caught my attention on this agreement here, or this contract, it says 6 months for no competitor coverage. I said I cover many companies on the channel, and many of them selling bike accessories, being bags and cases. That's nuts, right? Like, I've covered multiple Hepco and Beckers recently, just this random Amazon tank bag I got right here, you know, the Tusk stuff. I mean, for example, right here, I have Nelson Rig, their soft bag attachment deals, and then their hurricane bags, which are going to be a video I'm going to be doing on the Africa Twins. If I would have agreed to Lone Rider here, I wouldn't be able to cover that. Also have the new Tusk hard cases coming, the new ones they just announced, which I think is going to be really cool because they're like cheap. Like, again, talking about me covering Geevy cases before, it was like $1,000, right? But anyways, I'm covering the Tusk ones, and I'm going to swap out these racks for Tusk racks. They didn't want me talking about any other stuff. And it's not so much, oh, hey, well, I can't, you know, talk about, you know, these other brands, or I can't accept any of their deals or whatever. It's so much that this is what I'm passionate about, and I love nerding out about, right? And testing and sharing. I couldn't do that. Like, that's just nuts, right? What am I going to do for 6 months? Talk about an exhaust or maybe tires or something? Don't get me wrong. I can talk about tires for a long time. But I think that's crazy with them trying to hold you back on that. So now I'm going to get his reply here. And he says, on the 3 videos, given the full set of gear we are providing, we need to maximize product visibility. Totally understand. I totally agree. They were going to send over $1,000 worth of gear. Not cost, but retail, MSRP. Many other companies have as well, and they've never required multiple videos. Now, the other thing on competitor coverage, the goal is not to limit your broader content. This is Lone Rider replying back to me. The intent is to avoid standalone reviews of direct comparable bags and accessories that would substitute the Lone Rider items during the first 6 months of an initial video. You're making a content creator, and again, I got a smaller channel, so you're blocking that whole channel as an advertisement platform for your company, which I think is wrong, right? You're trying to silence any other cool gear that comes out or cool ideas I have or anything else like that. It's not genuine, right? Number one, for me, but also to the viewers, right? You're just holding it back like, sorry, I don't work for Lone Rider. Again, I work for you guys. At the end of the day, that's who us YouTubers work, is for you viewers, right? But let's go even further to the next video where I said, okay, so maybe the 3 style could work like that. A first look, like I mentioned, a setup, and then to use within videos, like a final afterwards, something like that. So I was kind of like, okay, I get it. You want to get the value back on your dollar. Totally understand. 100%, right? They're business. They want to make money. There's no denying it. And then I mentioned as far as competitors, where I work with Nelson Rig, Tusk, Hepco and Becker, tons of brands out there, you know. And he came back and he goes, category focus, exclusively apply our products. Then he bumped it down a bit. He said exclusivity would apply to products directly comparable to the Lone Riders featured in the video. Soft bags. So if I was talking about hard bags, we came to an agreement. Okay, we can talk about hard bags, just not soft bags in any other video. I was like, well, that still sucks because, again, these are awesome and I can't wait to share these with you. I can see their point, right? They want full coverage on their products, and maybe you see their bags that are, I forget how much they are. Let's just say $500-600. And then you see these that are 170 or 200 bucks or whatever. You're kind of like, oh wow, you know. So, but again, at the end of the day, you're the consumer. You're going to buy what you like. You just want to see them all, right? That's my view on it. You want to see hundreds of luggage options, compare them up for yourself, and you're going to pick what you want, right? What I say is really just a fraction of it. You know, what you see is a fraction of it. At the end of the day, you're going to get what you want. Moving on more, he goes, time frame restrictions. Instead of an open-end exclusivity, we could refine a short period, for example, 30 days before and after publication. This way, Lone Rider is protected from having its investment diluted, right? So again, I see their point, right? They want full coverage. They want full visibility. They want full clicks on their products. I get it. I don't think it's right. And then what I said on our final email, this is over, let me go up to the first email up here. It's like a week. We're talking about this over a week, kind of back and forth and stuff. My final email, I kind of went on a little rant here. The last 5 months, I have about 6 videos covering bag and luggage coverage. If someone is looking for Lone Rider gear, they look for it. If they are looking for SW Motec gear, they are looking for it, and so on with other brands. Multiple options is always best, number one, for the viewers, but also for the channel, right? You're not coming to me just for Lone Rider or just for Nelson Rig, maybe just Honda bikes, because that's what I cover the majority of the time. But again, I didn't agree with Honda. Okay, I won't talk about a Honda motorcycle for 30 days, or I won't talk about another Honda motorcycle or a different brand within this Honda video. Never agreed on something like that. They never even asked for something like that, you know. I just wanted to emphasize this and push it to them. I said, even on my other YouTube channel, the Techni, where I cover tech stuff and whatnot, big brands like Sony, Microsoft, HP, Logitech, Razer, SteelSeries, and so on, many big companies out there, none of them have ever had restrictive contracts. And that's just the weird thing. Again, working with so many big companies, again, going back to Honda on this channel, and then Microsoft, Sony, and all the other big companies over there, never seeing anything like that. And that's what I let them know. I said, hey, I've never seen anything like this. And that's when I told them, I said, let me pull the email up. This is how I closed out the conversation. So as much as I hate to say this, as I was very excited to cover your gear, I don't think this is going to work for my channel. I cover products for the viewers, and I want to bring them coverage of every and all options available. Again, thank you for your opportunity. Hopefully we can work together in the future with a non-restrictive format in the future. That's how I closed out our conversation right there. Even motorcycle reviewers, they cover tons of different bikes. Imagine if Suzuki said, hey, you can only cover Suzuki bikes for 6 months. Like, oh my gosh, right? Like, come on, really? So again, and I don't think companies should do this to channels. Do they do this? Does Lone Rider do this to all the other channels that cover this stuff? Are they trying to do this because maybe on a smaller channel? I don't know. But again, just right there, I think that is a dirty practice. I don't think it should be done. And hopefully if anyone else gets potential work like this with a company and they get the same type of contract thrown at them, be like, yo, no, stand up for it so it doesn't happen. So we can continue to deliver raw, real, honest product reviews and coverage and content for you guys, for the viewers. And that's honestly the only reason I wanted to share this video. Not to spread hate, not to start drama, but again, to let you guys know some of the dirty stuff, the dark side of YouTube, if we will, you know what I mean? And hopefully no one else is agreeing to crazy contracts like this.